Hello, my beautiful queens and kings. So, excuse me, I took a few days to myself to just, um, I guess like unwind and just kind of just reset my mindset. And it was good. I needed to do that. And it reminded me of this story I want to share with you, or this, not really a story, but like this example that I want to share with you guys, because you have to remember that here in life, this earth is a school. Like school, like, no, that's why a lot of us, especially us that are like energetically invite, like we just have that we're like a vessel for to be channeled through so spirit can come through us. We felt that way our entire life. So school, a lot of us, like, we didn't enjoy it. But school, earth, I mean, is the real school. So I want to share this example with you because it's so meaningful. Well, let me just let me just share this with you. So you have to like imagine yourself, and I know that we're tired, right? Especially after now we're stepping into the year of the fire horse, after going through the year of the snake and all of the shedding that we've been doing and all of the BS that we've had to go through and all of the tests. It's like, okay, like, is this, excuse my language, but it's like, is this shit ever going to be over with? Because I'm tired. So imagine yourself, you're pushing this humongous boulder uphill on top of that. And you're just pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're exhausted. And then finally you're just like, you know what? Like, I think I'm done. But what you don't see is that you're actually already, you've made it to the top of the hill. You're exhausted. That's why you're so exhausted. You're like, oh my gosh, like you feel it. Yep, them glutes is burning, your hamstrings, everything. You're tired. Your hands are probably like dry and bleeding, and you're just like, I can't keep doing this. I'm tired. But what you don't realize is that again, you've made it to the top of the hill, and now that boulder, all you have to do is just gently push it, just like give it like just a tap. But you don't see this though. That's what's so frustrating, because we don't see these things, but you can easily look back and reflect on your life when you've had to go through hard things and you push forward, even though something was scary, no matter how big or how small it is. And then you had a great outcome after that, and you didn't see what was ahead, what you didn't see ahead, what was going to happen. So you're you made it to the top of the hill with this boulder, and all you have to do is just gently push it. And then once you gently push it, that thing is just going to take off. It's going to start rolling by itself, and then it's just going to start picking up momentum. And that's when all of your blessings are going to start coming in. And that really hit me, because it's like, you know, you've done so much inner work, and you just know. It's like I was thinking for myself, it's just like you've done all this, because I wanted to just like stop. That's why I just was like, okay, you know what, go ahead and just take a break. But I couldn't stop fully, because I'm like, a few different reasons. One, because it's like I was able to, what was so hard for me to do before was just pick up the phone and just start recording. Like I had to think of what I'm going to talk about. What am I going to what am I, where am I going to look at? What am I, what, like, am I going to am I going to block? Sorry. Am I going to reach the right people? Is this message good enough? I had all of these questions. And then I got to a point to where I was just able to just pick up the phone, hit record, and just go without a problem. I'm like, I can't stop and let that go. Like I worked so hard to get to that point, but there was another side of me who was just like, and you can probably relate to this as well. It's just like, I'm just tired though. Like I'm doing all of this work. I'm doing all of these things that you can't see on the external. You can't see on the outside. And then the external is not reflecting all of this work that I've done. But something kept saying to me, it's just like that story like really hit me, and it's just like, you're at the top of the hill. Like you don't know what's coming next for you. You don't know. And that's what is like, can you imagine like really thinking to yourself, like, wow, that would be the biggest regret of your life, knowing that you've done all of this work, but because you got scared or because you just got simply tired, you're like, I'm just want to give up. You're going to regret that for the rest of your life. The rest of your days, you're going to be living in a reality where it's not going to be your highest timeline. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to be your highest self because you're always going to remember like, oh, well, I went through this, I went through this, I went through that. People who truly made it in this world, who like really left a mark and found their collective and fell into their purpose, they didn't give up. When they went through, like, you can reflect back on anybody that you relate to, that you like, that you are interested in, that gives you that motivation. When they finally, like, that's the thing, when people see like you, when you're living good and you got all the money and you got all of these like material things, you got the clothes and the jewelry and all of that like crap, right? People want to praise you on that. But what they don't see is all of the shit it took for you to finally get there. Like, it's not like you just wake up one day and you just have this amazing lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I'm speaking to myself as well because I've been there. Like, I was born into some BS, right? I was born into toxicity and all this dysfunction. So once you finally get over it and you've done all the inner work, it's like, okay, well, let the blessings just fall in. But it doesn't work like that. And trust me, I'm like, I wish it would. Like, because it's like you've already been through so much hell and now you have to keep going through this after this next thing and after this, and it's like you have to go through all of these lessons, and it's like, haven't I been through enough? But don't you want to be the best? The best at, not the best, like, oh, I'm the best at that, your best. Don't you want to truly be your best? Not what somebody else is thinking, not what, the rest of the world, or, like how they celebrate and put all these celebrities on pedestals, like, not that type of like fame, and you want to be praised like that and you want to be the best in that essence. Like, no, you want to be your best. So therefore, like I was saying about that example with the boulder, just keep going. And I know it's hard. I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted, but nobody's been, what you really think that you went through all of that just to go through all of that for what? Just for your reality that you have now, that anybody could have? Anybody could easily get that reality that you have now, and they didn't go through all of that shit that you went through. So why did you have to go through it? Because you're going to be the best at your craft, the best at your purpose, the best at your mission. So therefore, you have to go through it. You have to keep going. You have to push that boulder. You may be like, but I'm tired. Just go one more day. And I know, like I say, like I keep saying, like, I know how tired you are. I get it. I'm there as well. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, but just keep going. Because when you're able to finally be there and be your highest self, and you're like, wow, like, I didn't give up. Like, I got very close. Maybe there was times that you did give up for a while, but you got back up. You pick that baton back up and you're like, okay, I'm gonna just keep on going. Don't give up now. That's the purpose of this message today. Just keep going. You didn't, like, can you really think like, what, like, this is how I was thinking. It's just like, well, maybe this is just my time to just stop and just to give up, right? But then it's like, when you really think about it, it's like, but why did you go through all of that stuff though? So you're questioning all of these things. And you're like, okay, well, if I went through all of this stuff for no reason, then ultimately that would mean that that spirit's not real. And you're like, well, of course spirit is real. Of course. So you circle back again. It comes back to, okay, you're going through this. You don't know why you're being shielded. You're being protected, because if you knew the answers, you wouldn't be able to go through school. It's just like, what's the point? You're not going to have that feeling of that fulfillment. You're not going to have that feeling of like, okay, like, I'm here, I'm standing tall, my back is straight, my chin is up, because I know what I went through and I pushed through that. If you just had all the answers, you would just be there, and that you wouldn't feel as good. So just keep your eye on the prize. I was pointing here, like your mind, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep your mind on that, your higher self, and keep thinking like, okay, what would my higher self do at this point? When you're tired and you're ready to give up, but what would your higher self do? So I just wanted to make this message for you guys today, and hopefully you were able to, this gave you some motivation and inspired you to just keep going, because Earth, and that's another thing, Earth is so hard, but that's another thing that you should remind yourself of, how much of a badass you are, that your soul knew that Earth is one of the hardest realities to come to, and you decided to come here anyways. You decided to come here. So let that really sink in and remind yourself, like, damn, like, there's got to be something in this for me, because why in the hell would I even want to come here and do this? So until next time, as always, my loves, I love you and the universe loves you.